Erin was, well, the first thing I would say was his skin. He had lovely sallow skin, and he was a wee character, full of life, full of fun, loved life, and was quite a comical wee fella. There was a kindness about him, and there was a gentleness about him. Just a beautiful wee boy. They were very close. The three of them shared the room for a long time, and they basically did everything together, so they were very close. We realised there was something wrong, I think the beginning of September. His stomach was sore, that was his problem, and it was put down to a bug or something like that, and he would be sent home. And it was actually, to be honest, it was actually a hospice nurse who she says he looks very unwell, and I had said he's been to hospital and he's actually slightly improved. And she says, if that's improved, Mary, she said, I wouldn't want to have seen him when he was sick. So she said to me that day, you go back to the doctor now. Anyway, that's what happened. We went to Letterkenny then that evening, and they knew at that stage that there was something wrong. And the nurse came in and she had said to me, she says, will your husband be out today? And I says, later in the evening. And she says, could he possibly come sooner? And so I chose to wait till Michael came. And when he arrived, the paediatrician and one of the nurses came in with us. And basically what he said was, I'm sorry, Mary, there's a large mass on Erin's brain. I actually felt so sorry for the doctor that day, because he went back in the couch and his face fell. But this day in particular, he said to me, Mum, turn on the light. And I says, Erin, the light's already on. And he says, no, it's not, Mum. He says, because it's dark. And that was when we realised Erin was blind. She wanted the Kung Fu Panda movie on. And we went to put it on, and I said, but Erin, you can't see it. But Mum, I can remember it. When I hear the lines and all of that, I can remember what's in the video. He just kept going. It didn't get the better of him. Late one night, when one of the nurses came to me and said, are you aware of Make-A-Wish? And she says, we would like to nominate Erin to have his wish granted. We were discussing his wish and what his wish was going to be. So he decided to want to be a knight. No, when we arrived in Frost's, there was a patrol car there waiting for him, and the three boys were brought in the patrol car, blue lights flashing to the gates of the Solas Loisk, and they were there with his horse and pony, and he went up on that, and so he had to prove himself in battle on the lawn before he would actually be knighted. The sword hit against the metal sword broke, so then one of the men then stepped forward and gave him the real sword, and this made his day. He was brought before the king and he was knighted on the steps. It was amazing, the banquet and the food. Bonnie was inside the castle in a beautiful kennel that had been adapted, and it had a castle roof. So he then rescued Bonnie from the kennel. There was a helicopter ride. Dan Kelly, who had heard of Erin's wish, and Dan, unfortunately, like myself, had lost his son himself to cancer, and Dan had volunteered to give Erin a ride in the helicopter, and it was beautiful. Make-A-Wish had put so much work into it and so much thought. There was nothing, no stone unturned, and nothing was left out. So they took everything into consideration. And the day he would have an activity, they would do something in the morning as well. Then he would have rest, and might be something else in the evening. Really what they provided for us was an amazing weekend, and where we forgot to a certain extent of how ill Erin was. And then what they have left, what is memories, amazing memories. We have video footage, we have hundreds of photographs of what was the most amazing experience for our family. I would absolutely recommend to any family and for anyone, because you have memories for the rest of your life. It's very important for people to donate towards Make-A-Wish when the child is terminally ill, or they may be living with a life-threatening disease. So it's very important that they have the money to allow this, to create this magical day, or for us it was a weekend. Consultant in Crumlin said that for them, he said no medicine could give what that weekend or that wish gives a child, and that they would have see the children come back for their appointments afterwards, and that the child is just totally lifted and has had such a wonderful experience. Erin's legacy lives on in the school through the newly Shumra Erin, or Erin's room, is a new autism room. Losing Erin was a huge sadness and something you wouldn't wish on any family, or that any family has to go through. But what I learned from it, there's always a positive. And I think that's what's happened for us with Make-A-Wish. It's left us just with the most amazing memories.